afternoon, friends.
Good afternoon, Miss Forum.
How's everyone doing today?
Good. Hi, Ricky.
I'm good. Thank you, Tamo. I am good, too. Okay, so today we are going to read Where Are the Prairie Dogs on our own. Okay? But today we're going to work on something a little different. We use reading strategies whenever we read. So I'm an adult, and I still use reading strategies. I use the break-apart strategies to read words that I've never seen before. I pay attention to punctuation. I make predictions when I read like mystery books that I like, because those are my favorite. I ask myself questions as I'm reading something, and I make connections by thinking of things I have seen, done, or heard before. And I use many more strategies that I can't even think of. And I don't realize that I'm using them anymore. Okay? Because they're in my invisible toolbox of strategies. And I just pull them out whenever I need to. Okay? Now you are working hard to build your toolbox with reading strategies. But soon you will become just like me, and you will use them without even realizing it. So let's go ahead and read our I can't statement today. I can use my strategy to help me decode words that I don't know to comprehend. Okay? So we're going to use our strategies to help us decode words using our strategies to help us understand what we are reading better. Okay? So, since we are already using our own strategies, Nelson, what strategies do you guys use? Think of when you read. What strategies do you already use whenever you read? Anna?
I stop when there's a period.
You stop when there's a period? Good.
Break apart.
You break apart. Use the break apart strategy. Okay. Rohelia?
I cover up the words that I know is word.
Okay, try that again. You cover up the words that you know or the part of the word that you know?
The part of the word I know.
Okay. And then what do you do with the rest of the words?
Sound them out.
Good. Sound them out. Nelson, how about you? What strategies do you use? Do you want to think about it and then we'll come back to you? Okay, Tamo?
I'm punctuation. Comma.
Oh, you pay attention to the punctuation? Go ahead and say that. You were about to say that.
Comma.
No, you were going to say punctuation.
Yeah, punctuation.
That's a big word, isn't it? Let's clap it out. Ready? Punctuation. Yeah. Now you say it.
Punctuation.
Better. Much better. Very good. Okay. So, yeah, you're already using strategies. Nelson, did you think of one that you use? Or any strategies that you use? Go ahead, say it.
Question mark.
So you pay attention to punctuation too? Okay. So what do you do with the question mark? Can you think of it? No? Okay. So we are going to use different strategies today. One of them is one that we've already used before. Okay. And the second one is new. So the one we've all used before is, does it sound right? Okay. Who remembers what this strategy is? Who has their hand up? Clem?
If you read and you don't understand what you're reading, you have to go back and read it right.
Okay. So if you're not understanding it, okay, can somebody explain that a little better? Does it sound right?
Like if you read and you think that it doesn't sound right, you go back and read it again.
Good, good. So yeah, while I'm reading, I have to be thinking about the sounds of the words and if I'm pronouncing them correctly. Are the words I'm saying making sense in the sentence? For example, if I read, the bright, sheeny new red car was in the garage. Does that make sense?
No.
Sheeny new? No, I need to go back to that word and try it again. The bright, shiny. Oh, the word is shiny, not sheeny, right? The bright, shiny new red car was in the garage. That makes sense. That sounds right. So I have to listen to the word and see if it sounds right in the sentence. Okay, that's one strategy. The other strategy is one we have not used before. Okay? So while I'm reading, it's very important to think about what is going to happen next and what solutions I can imagine for problems that come up in the book. Okay? As I'm reading, I see that on pages 10 and 11, the girl has a bicycle with a flat tire. Before I continue reading, I should think about the different things that the girl might do to get her tire fixed. She might fix it herself. She might bring it to a bike shop to get it fixed. Or she might ask her mom or dad to help her fix the tire. I'll have to keep reading to see if any of my predictions are correct. Okay? So when I get to pages 14 and 15, I see that one of my predictions was correct. The girl got her dad to help her fix the flat tire. Predicting what will happen next will help me understand what I am reading better. Okay? Now you will have your own strategies in addition to these that you're going to focus on too. Okay? This is all based on when Ms. Barham listens to you guys read and I make notes. Okay? So this is a strategy that is for Tamo, for Helio, and Angel. Okay, here you're going to read to the end of the word. Now I know you know the strategy already, but I want you to focus on it when you're reading. Okay? So what does it mean to read to the end of the word?
Say the word. Like if there an S in the end, you have to say it.
Good. So you have to read all the way to the end and make sure you say it that way. So if the word has an ending like an S or ED or ING, Tamo, okay, then we have to be sure to say it because it changes the meaning of what we're reading, okay? So that's going to be your special strategy today. Okay. Clem, you have the break apart strategy. So sometimes as we become better readers, the words in the book become harder and bigger, right? So it's our job to keep using these strategies. So if you come to a word you don't know, you can find the part that you know, cover it up, and sound out the rest, right? You said you like using this strategy, but we have to keep using it, and we have to focus on it, because sometimes when I listen to you read, I hear you mumble past the words that you don't know, but you have to stop and really work it out, okay? All right, so that's your special strategy. And then Nelson gets the punctuation strategy. Sometimes we think reading is a race and we just got to get through it. But we never stop at the punctuation. So you have to stop at the period. You have to do what at an exclamation point? What happens to your voice at an exclamation point? Angel?
You have to make your voice go up.
Exclamation. That's the one that. Go ahead. Nelson, you know. Go ahead and tell us that. What does your voice do at an exclamation point? It gets a little
excited.
It gets excited, right? So what happens when you get excited? What do? You get a little
surprised.
Yeah, sometimes when we're surprised, we're excited. You're right. But what happens to your voice? Like, I'm so excited! What happens to what just happened to my voice? Clem?
It go up.
It did kind of go up. Maybe that was just the way I said it.
It got excited.
But think of the volume of my voice.
I went up, down, up.
Okay, hint. Listen to the volume. What happened to the volume? You want to tell me? Did I get louder or quieter?
Louder.
Yes, I got louder. I got louder. So exclamation point, somebody's excited. So don't you kind of yell when you're excited? Yes. How about question? Question mark. What happened to my voice, Timo?
Like your voice will go up and down.
Up and down?
It's go a little bit up.
Yes, it goes a little bit up.
I forgot to say that.
That's okay. So if I'm asking you, how are you? You go ahead and ask me, how are you?
How are you?
Okay, maybe not. Let's try it. How are you? How are you? My voice went up, right?
Yep.
How are you? I'm fine. How are you?
But comma had to pause.
Okay, so you're past us. Good. So if we come to a comma, Nelson, you pause. That's right. We pause at a comma. At a period, we
stop.
We stop. Exclamation point, our voice gets a little
louder.
And question mark, our voice goes
little up.
Up. That's right. Your voice goes a little up. And it's important in the story because if something exciting is happening, you need to remember that when you read it. Helps you understand.
Are you Asian?
Yeah, I guess I am. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. This is kind of like your exit slip today. Okay, I'm going to give everyone a Post-it and a pencil. Take a pencil with an eraser.
I don't know what to do.
Pencil with an eraser.
Yeah.
Right away, I want you to write your name at the top of the Post-it note. As soon as you get a pencil, what?
This one, my name, E-R,
An ending?
an ending.
Yes, ER is also an ending, right? So let's say I have a word big, and there's an ER at the end. Bigger, right? We added G, but it's bigger, so that's really important. Okay, how about like the word small? I have an ER at the end.
Smaller.
Smaller, right? It's important. It changes the meaning of what we're talking about. So you have to know, you have to understand what you're reading. And so making sure that you read the ending changes the meaning of the word. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Go ahead and write your name. Okay, so everyone wrote their name on the Post-it?
Yep.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do before I pass the books out. You okay, Rogelio? Okay. Before I pass the books out, every time you mess up when you read, if you realize you messed up, and you have to fix it using one of these strategies that you have in front of you or this, right? Okay? Anytime you have to do that, and you go back and fix it, that's when you put a tally mark here. So you're going to tally every time you've had to pay attention and change or fix what you read. Then you put a tally mark there. Now let's say I'm reading, and I have Nelson's strategy, the one with punctuation. And I see a period at the end. Do I just put a tally mark because there's a period there?
No.
No. When should I put the tally mark?
Only if there's like a question mark or a period.
Nelson disagrees. Nelson, when do I do this? When do I put the tally mark? Anybody else know? Rogelio?
When you don't say it, you want to put a tally.
That's right. If I kept going, then I said, oh no, I missed it. I forgot to stop at the period. But I'm going to go back and fix it. That's when I would put the tally mark. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes? Or if if there was a question mark and I said it like it was a period instead. And then I said, oh no, that's a question mark. I have to go back and fix it. Then I would put the tally. Does that make sense? Okay. You understand?
Yeah.
Now the ed, if you read the word with an ed, ing, er, s, and one of those endings, okay? If you read a word, do you put a tally mark just because you read a word with an ending like that?
If they put wait, then you have to and you say wait like 2 times, like you have to go back and you say waited.
Good. So if I come to a word, it says waited, but the first time I read it, I said wait, and then I said, oh, I messed up. I have to go back and fix it because I didn't pay attention to the ending. That's when I go back, right? Clem, do you know what you're doing?
Cover the words, sound the part which you know. No. First you cover the part you know, then sound the part you don't know, and then put it together.
Very good. Exactly. So when I come to a word I don't know, I have to break it up, okay? And let's say you decided you weren't going to break it up. You were going to mumble through it like I heard you do a few times, okay? That's when you say, okay, I have to go back and fix it. And you put the tally. Now how about does it sound right? When would I put a tally for does it sound right? Rahelia?
When you don't say something that doesn't make sense, you have to put a tally.
So maybe the sentence was, I waited for him at the gym. That's what the sentence says. But I said, I wasn't paying attention to what I was reading. So I said, I walled for him at the gym. Then I have to say, does that sound right? No. I have to go back and fix it.
And we read.
And reread. And that's when I would put the tally. Okay? And then here. If you're reading and not predicting, and then you're saying, oh, I have to go back and predict, that's when you put the tally. Do you all understand?
Yes.
Yes? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you understand the directions. Everybody gave me a thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Great, great, great. Okay, so as you read, I'm going to take notes. I'm going to listen to you as you whisper read. If you need a whisper phone, you can go ahead and get one.
Oh,
Me too. It's up to you, whatever you want. Okay, so go ahead, whisper read, and I'm going to listen. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
somebody wave their arm or stand up. Go towards the door. Thank you. That's because no one else is in here today.
It makes me scared.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Get back to work.
I was going like very fast. I was like this.
You're safe. Don't worry. Okay.
It took me a heart attack.
No, you're okay. All right. That happens when I'm by myself. So, okay. Get back to work. Remember, you're also working on your other strategies, okay? It's not just the one in front of you. Go ahead and close the book. Okay, everyone. You guys did a great job. I was listening to you reading, and I was listening to you using those strategies. You did a great job. I had friends who were using this one, but I saw that you didn't mark it. I don't think you remembered. It's kind of hard to remember, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. This is more like...
I forgot to one part.
Oh, that's okay. But this is so you can start paying attention to how you use your strategies. So that's okay. All right? You can close the book on how. All the way. Thank you. Okay, so everyone look at their Post-its. Do you think you used your strategies a lot, a little, kind of okay? What do you think? Raise your hand and I'll choose on a quiet hand. Rogelio.
A little busy.
A little bit. Why do you think you only used it a little bit?
Because I was like doing it better. I was trying to do it more better.
Good. So you were paying attention to the whole word from the beginning, so you only had to do one tally. Good. Nelson?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna drink of water.
Can we talk about the strategy first, and then you can get a drink before we leave, okay? So go ahead and tell us about what strategy you used, or what you feel, okay? You used this one? What is this one? Say it. What is that? Read it.
Does it sound right?
Does it sound right? Does it sound right? Did you use the one in front of you? Yeah? Can you give us an example of how you used it in the book? You can open your book to help you. We'll come back to you, okay? Anyone else? Angel. How do you feel about your use of your strategies? Do you use them a little or a lot? What do you think?
A lot.
Used them a lot? Why do you think you used them a lot? You don't know? So you made mistakes, but you went back and fixed them, right? That's really good. You're self-correcting. That's great.
Me too.
Timo, you too?
Yeah, because also the weight and I put weight T and I spell and I do a and I do again and I said weighted.
Okay, so you said wait, and then you realized you had to go back and fix it.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Clem?
Okay.
You think you did okay? I see you did it a lot. You used your break apart strategy a lot. Did you use does it sound right? You did not use does it sound right? So you didn't read the wrong word and say that doesn't sound right. I'm going to go back and fix it. I think you did. You just forgot that you were doing it. That's good. We want to become to the point where we're not thinking about it anymore, right?
Yes.
What? But we're using them.
We're still using them, and my plan is about to do it like you do.
That's right. You remembered what I said. Good. So it's in your invisible toolbox already, right? Can you think? Now I want, since everyone, did you share when you used it in the book? Not yet. You shared what strategy you used though. Okay, I want everyone to think about and go back in the book and give us an example of how you used the strategies. So go in the book and give us examples. Like, do you remember when you used it that one time? Okay, when did you do it? Show us.
This one.
Share with us.
Long one. I took this one. This one. Back-footed.
Black-footed. So how did you read that before?
First I said black, then I came here and said foot, and I came back and said foot.
Good. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing that. You fixed it. How about you, Angel? Can you say it?
Whispered.
Whispered. Whispered. What did you say first?
Whisper.
Whisper. Very good. Nelson, when did you use yours? Can you share? Go ahead. These are all our friends. We're all sharing, right? Hold on, give him a minute. Do you want to think about how you want to say it, and then we'll call on you? Okay. Tamo, how did you use your strategy?
I didn't do nothing. I just only do like great.
Okay. You did use it. So how did you use your strategies?
Strategies.
Give us an example. Because you used them this many times, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 39 times. That means that's a lot of times that you skipped over the ending and you had to say it. So find an example of when you did that in the book and share it with us.
I got this.
How about you, Clem? Barked? How did you do that?
The first I didn't bark, then I just covered ED in like this the bark, and then I put it together and bark.
Very good. So you did it just like this. You knew the ED, so you covered it up, and you knew that BAR says bar, and then you added the K and you put it all together. Barked. Good.
I just missed one. At the footed.
You missed it. You must have said it wrong, and you didn't. That's okay. But when did you actually fix it? So think about that. Nelson, go ahead.
When I was reading over the punctuation.
You were reading and forgot the punctuation?
Then I read it again.
Very good. Is this which sentence is it that you did that? Can you point to it? This one? The exclamation point? Okay. So you kind of said it like a period, and then what did you do? Did you have to go back and make a little bit louder whisper? Good. So it looks to me like you guys really do know how to use these strategies. But nobody said they used prediction. Did anybody predict how they would solve the problem of the prairie dog?
No one. In the really beginning, we ever read it. I did.
Okay.
I was trying to.
Okay. So you're gonna. So next time when we finish reading this book, maybe you'll think of this one more than the rest of them. Okay? You guys did a great job using your strategies to help you decode words you don't know and to comprehend what you are reading. Very good. Does anyone have any questions about today?
No.
Okay, great job. Put your, I'll take your notes. Put the books right here.
I want to take my notes.
You want to take it?
Yeah,
I'll give it back to you another time, okay?
Yeah. I'm going to do it like a stack.
And I need put the strategies in a stack. Please. Yes, sweetie.
And I'm going to do like 1 million, like 100 tallies. 100 tallies?